Hello and welcome to the Evercade Retreat. Gene Joke here, and today I'm adding Zynaps for the C64 to my ever-growing list where I rank every Evercade game ever. Now, Zynaps is a game that is found as a cartridge combo, which is unlocked if you have both the C64's collection 2 and 3 into a VS or an Alpha. Originally released by Hewson in 1987, it's a horizontally scrolling shoot 'em up that takes the arcade mold. Many of these C64 shoot 'em ups kind of did their own thing, but this is definitely in that mold and fairly straightforward. As was common back then, there's no in-game music, but the title screen music is decent. The sound effects are suitably meaty sounding and do the job. The graphics, well, they're very C64 and home micro in general, but I think they're a pretty good example of that for a shoot 'em up. It's not a bad looking game, but yeah, it's no R-Type by any stretch of the imagination. But everything is clear cut. You can see what spot, you can tell what an enemy is, you can tell what a power up is, and it's got a nice look for it as far as C64 games go. There is a plot which involves you piloting a scorpion fighter and fighting aliens or something. There are, I think it's 10 stages altogether, so 8 or 10, something like that. It's a fairly straightforward horizontally scrolling shoot 'em up. You fly, you shoot, you dodge things in the environment, you dodge bullets, and you pick up power-ups. Although activating the power-ups is a little bit unusual. You need to hold down a fire button to sort of select and then activate them. As well as increasing your basic rate of fire, you get various sort of secondary weapons which will fire out when you're firing regularly, be they sort of bouncing bombs or kind of homing missiles, that sort of thing. Nothing too grand or revolutionary, but what do you expect? As well as enemies, there are other obstacles, things like asteroids floating about and debris which you won't be able to destroy. And of course there are end of stage bosses. Again, these aren't revolutionary or overly complex, although some of them can be rather challenging, and the game can be very tough. The enemies are pretty relentless, there's no smart bombs, you've got to be quite precise with your movement through the environment at times, and the control isn't the tightest and the hitboxes are not the most forgiving. It doesn't necessarily give the best first impression, but once you get a little bit powered up and the game starts picking up pace, it becomes quite a lot of fun. It is very much a C64 shoot 'em up, but it is a good one. There can be some slowdown and what have you, especially when the screen is filled with bullets and enemies and power-ups, but it's nothing you wouldn't expect from the era, and the game is still fun regardless. So overall it is a solid C64 shoot 'em up, but that is a bit of a caveat. It doesn't compare to most of the arcade shoot 'em ups, but compared to the other C64 shoot 'em ups it is solid and only bettered by Armalite. So that makes it kind of odd that it was relegated to being a dual cart combo unlock rather than being on the Carter standard, meaning that handheld gamers miss out on playing this pretty solid shoot 'em up. If it had been on the cart, I think it would have been one of the sort of upper tier games on the cartridge. I mean, technically it is on the cart, but it's not accessible. You know what I mean. To place it on my overall ranking list, I'd put it above Xevious, but below Windjammers. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.